Ladies and Habibis, we are going to introduction to you rising star of South Asia. He is very well educated. He knows Islam and Christianity very well. He done what they said he can't. He is Doctor.
Alhamdulillah.
Wait a minute, what are you doing, Zakir? You come out, it's not you. Habibi, take him out. Sorry, there was some problem. He's Adam Sikher.
Hello everyone, this is your favorite Murtid. Salamul Masih, peace of Christ be with each and every one of you. I hope you guys are having fun. And hello, welcome back. This is your favorite Murtad once again, live with all of you. Thank you so very much for being here. And I'm so sorry I wasn't here last Thursday, as I do my stream every Thursday and every Monday. And yes, Monday is supposed to be not not really a 6:30 Pacific time zone, but I've been away. And I hope you guys can understand sometimes things does not go as planned, and I'm so sorry for that. So please like, share and subscribe if you have not. Subscribing is very important, by the way, and liking and sharing is far more important as well. Today is is the second or the third of the Muharram, and it's a happy new year basically, uh isn't it? It is Muharram. So Muharram is upon us, and we are in a new year of Islamic calendar. Imagine nobody celebrates Islamic New Year. Nobody. Why is that? It's very important to know that people celebrate Chinese New Year. People celebrate the standard calendar New Year. People celebrate every other New Year calendar. But somehow Islamic New Year is never being celebrated. But rather, there is a huge minority in Islam called Shia Islam. They actually mourn. As soon as the first Islamic New Year starts, they start mourning for 2 months and 15 days. Why is that? Have you ever thought of this? Have you ever thought that why is it that when the Chinese New Year starts, everyone celebrates the New Year and there's a holidays in China and everyone is celebrating and enjoying? When the AD and BC calendar starts into play, the January 1st comes, everybody is celebrating and they are enjoying. But somehow, when the Islamic New Year comes, nobody is celebrating. When I was a Muslim, I used to think, why can't we celebrate our New Year? Have you ever thought about that? If you haven't, I'll be amazed. If you have, welcome to the team. Welcome to the club. Islamic New Year is a start of a very strange phenomena and a very strange historical event. Muhammad had a daughter named Fatima. She was married to Muhammad's cousin Ali, and they had two children, Hassan and Hussein. And that's what the new year is all about in Islam. And we are going to talk about more about it. And I was not expecting our brother Francis to be here today because I started the live stream much later and it's really, really late for him. But I welcome our brother Francis Bullis. Brother, welcome to the stream and welcome to the channel. I'm so sorry I have been away from the last 5 days due to some very urgent official work that I had to do in my real life. And I'm so sorry I didn't started the stream at 6:30 Pacific. Sorry, 6:30 Eastern time zone, and I started at 6:30 Pacific time zone. So welcome. I was not expecting you to be here. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm all right, brother. I am officially as a new person coming into your live stream. I'm sorry I've been a bit away. First, it was because my mom was visiting me. I'm officially baptized. This is the new Francis. My patron saint name is Nectarius. So I took upon that name as a Nectarius. So here I am coming to your stream, brother, as a baptized Christian. So you can first congratulate me.
Awesome! Congratulations, man!
We didn't do it properly.
Finally,
Then do it
that is
properly.
awesome. God bless you, sir.
Hey!
So, once again, this is a beautiful moment, and I know this is like when you accept Christ, everyone wants to get baptized, and you took your due time, and I fully understand that. And this is the reality. Like, you should only get baptized when you actually know from your heart and from your mind that this is the right time to be baptized. So welcome, brother.
Thank
Welcome. Welcome. You should remember the day when you got baptized ever in your life. Just like you celebrate your birthday, you should celebrate your baptism day as well.
thank
And
you, brother.
you know, you have two steps that you took. One is you got out of the deception of Allah.
Oh yes, I do have to pick a bone with you,
And
brother.
and
Sorry.
then you took the second step of accepting a gift that the God Almighty gave it to every single one of us. Every single one of us. Whoever believes in him shall have eternal life. Because that's a gift, At the end of the day, the sacrifice of Christ on on the cross is a gift. It's a gift. You can either take the gift or you can reject the gift. You cannot have it both ways. You can either receive the gift because gift is free, it's a free gift. Receive it, it's yours. Don't receive it, it's not yours. You want to stand and be judged based on your works? Perfect. That is perfect. I respect you. You want to be judged based on your works? Man, I salute you, I respect you, and I love you. I am not that kind of a person. I would rather like somebody who is senior to me, who is my father. I would rather him pay off my debts, especially when he is willing to pay it off in full. So God bless you, brother, and welcome. Please, what would you like to say?
I was gonna say earlier on you were talking about Chinese New Year's, right?
Yes, sir. In China, there is like a month of holidays when there is a Chinese New Year. And
I,
today is the second of Ramadan, and there's no Islamic country is celebrating their Muharram. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Second of Muharram in the West and the third in the Eastern time zone, and nobody's celebrating it.
brother, but the thing is, like I told all of you viewers, basically everyone watching right now, all the 77 people and more who are watching right now, I did say to everyone, he talks about this Chinese New Year so openly, but ask him, would he buy a Chinese phone?
I love Chinese phone.
Sure you do. In China, what do we say in Pakistan? China,
Oh,
China,
Pakistani
commander.
Chinese. So let me tell you, Pakistani Chinese stuff is really, really bad. Okay. But the Western Chinese stuff is so good. Let me tell you something. I got the Western Chinese stuff, okay, and they had lifetime warranty with it. Lifetime. So my kid grew out of that, and yet it was running, and I had to give it to somebody else.
Oh, okay. Okay, you
Western
explain that.
stuff is so good. It's so reliable with such warranties. It's unbelievable. So in Pakistan, you know what Pakistani do? Let me tell you what Pakistani do. Pakistani goes to China. Okay, they
Yeah.
go to Shanghai. All right, and they'll be like, "Salam alaikum, brother." They're like, "Hi," and they're like, "Can you give me this thing that you made for $10 in $2?" They're like, "Okay, we can do it. Can you please write Nike on it as well?" But brother, that will not be Nike material. But brother, can you write Nike on it? They're like, okay, we can write Nike on it. Like, perfect. So now we will deceive everyone that this is Nike, but it will not be Nike, and it will not be Nike quality, but it will be Chinese low quality. And they're like, okay, sir, we can do it. They're like, perfect. Let's go out and celebrate for this beautiful business relationship. And they will go out and celebrate the beautiful business relationship with booze. They'll drink vodkas, and they'll drink gins, and they will drink whiskeys. And when they are so drunk, the Pakistani guy will say, "Hey brother, can we get something to eat?" And the Chinese guy, "Yes, we have pork ribs and sushi." And brother, no, sorry, brother. I only eat halal food. I will deceive the people by lying that this is Nike stuff. I will deceive everyone by destroying the quality of the stuff and put it on China. I will drink the alcohol with you to celebrate, but then I will say, I want only halal food, brother. I want only food, brother. I don't eat haram food. Even though I'm doing everything haram, but I don't eat haram food, brother.
Yes.
So that's about Chinese New Year. By the way, we have Isa Kabir with us, so I'm inviting him as well. Brother Isa Kabir, welcome.
How you doing, boss? Good to see you.
Man, I'm doing very well, and your face looks really nasty right now. You need to comb your hairs, man.
Oh, hey, man, I came out of the desert, man.
you want to look like Muhammad right now?
Oh,
I got the Hebrew prophet look going, man. Don't be hating, be appreciating.
wow. I'm so sorry, Isa. We are all not all of us are like that. I'm sorry. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Pleasure.
He's
I
like-
actually saw you talk to David Wood, Dr. Wood. I saw you had a conversation with him. So
Oh yes, thank you.
Isa, is it your voice that I cannot comprehend fully? Can you increase your volume a little if possible?
yeah, can you hear? I'm on my phone.
So it seems like, okay, let me increase it from here, because what's happening is, seems like my volume is too high and your volume is too low. Francis, do you feel the same thing?
I do feel like your volume is a bit low. You might want to increase it.
I can go on my computer.
No, I increased it from here. If you can go into your computer and come back, that'll be awesome as well.
I'll come on my computer. I'm on my phone, so.
All right. Oh, nice. Thumbs up are good. They celebrate. Thumbs up are celebrate.
Brother. Like, look, one more time. See? I try my best.
I just killed a spider in my house. Do you know that?
Astaghfirullah. Why would you do that?
Because I just saw a spider in my house, and it's not possible that I would not kill it.
Brother, I know you live in a country, but you don't live in Australia, right? You do not have an excuse. You do not have an excuse.
Brother, that spider looked so nasty.
Brother, the spider is not a Muslim. Oh, sorry.
It was not a Muslim, but it was nasty. Somehow, sometimes we have to kill the nasty stuff, you know. And that spider was so nasty. I saw it, and it's like, man, how can this guy come here? So, in my house, in my room where I do my live streams, that's like, it's a holy sanctuary. I can't afford a spider here, man.
I'll pray for you, yeah? I'll keep you in my prayers. You shouldn't kill the spider.
So, with that being said, Isa Kabir, can you please say something?
What do you want me to say?
Ah, sounds good. You sound so good. So Isa Kabir,
Yeah, what's
I
up?
know you have a lot to say about this subject. Islamic New Year. Nobody's celebrating it, but rather they're mourning it. Like what kind of a new brother? Please, Francis, you can't laugh when I'm speaking. At least let me finish my sentence before you. And by the way, after I left Islam, I started to feel like this. Like 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 what do they say in Pakistan? हर करबला के बाद इस्लाम जिंदा होता है. So Isa, please shed some light over here before I say something.
I mean, it's interesting because I think we have there's a lot of influences throughout a lot of these spaces. I was researching communities that became Muslim. I was looking at like Turkish people, Desi people, um, certain folks like in Somalia, and a lot of the folks believed in like a sky god, like a wind god. And it was interesting because you have like the word Khuda, right? Khuda means God, and I think it's referring to this sort of sky god narrative. And it's really interesting because that's how a lot of people became Muslim as they transitioned from these sort of sky god, wind gods into Islam. And it's the thing that I've noticed, like talking about the New Year, is that there's a lot of imports from other traditions that are brought in. And that's what I've noticed, like particularly in Pakistan, people are like, "Oh no, don't say Khuda Hafiz. You have to say Allah Hafiz. How dare you say the word Khuda? Because it's this evil, you know, carrying on from the ancient traditions of South Asia. You know."
Yeah.
I agree with you. A lot of Muslims, even in the Western society, like in Canada, and let's forget that, even Brazil, Portuguese, Brazil, and when I meet these Muslims, they're like, why are you even saying Khuda Hafiz? Why can't you say Allah Hafiz? I was like, Allah He Hafiz Tera. But but the problem is Karbala. You know what happened in Karbala, and you are a history student, Isa Kabir, as we discussed in the past as well. You know exactly what happened in Karbala, right?
For sure. Yeah. The whole thing with Muawiyah and I mean Yazid and Hussein. The whole
Yeah,
struggle.
let's go back to Muawiyah. So Muawiyah had a agreement with Imam Hassan, who was the grandson of Muhammad. And that agreement was that after Muawiyah will not give the kingship to his son. But Isa, that agreement was with who? Imam Hassan, right?
First, yeah,
And Imam Hassan was killed,
that's right.
supposedly by his wife.
Mm.
Whose wife? Like 400th wife or 40th wife? I don't know. There's so many wives of Imam Hassan. But one of his wives kill him. So now if the person has died, how will you carry on the agreement?
I guess through a family member, you could make that argument. So I'll tie it through a family member. Sometimes that happens when a person passes away. You have to take on the debt of the family member who passed away.
Okay. Does do you think the family member has to oblige by it?
Oh, it like doesn't have to be. I think it just depends on
Exactly.
your system that you have.
If you read the Shia Islam, you'll see this is exactly what Muawiyah did. He's like, I don't care. Hassan is dead. Bye bye, Tata. Hussein said, no, I want the kingship. You can't have the kingship. I want the kingship. And you know what happened? Karbala happened. Karbala happened. So, guys, what happened is you have to read History of Tibri, volume number 18, 19, and 20. Like, literally speaking, this whole story is written in 3 volumes of History of Tibri. History of Tibri, volume 18, 19, and 20. History of At-Tabari is comprised of 48 volumes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Is it 48 or 42? Hold on. Before I say something and somebody will say, no, you're wrong. So it's 42 volumes, okay, out of which you have to read at least 3 volumes. So it's 3 books. Each and every book is approximately 300, 400 pages long. To realize this whole game plan of this 3 years of the reign of Yazid. So in short, if I tell you, Imam Hussein, who was the brother of Imam Hassan, who had the agreement of the father with the father of Yazid, said to Yazid, you can't be the caliph. You can't be the caliph. I will be the caliph. And then what happened is simple. He said no. And Imam Hussein wanted to coup the government. He sent his people, 2 of them, to a place called Kufa, where there were a lot of followers of Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein. If I will show you the picture of Kufa, let me show you. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second, let me show you the picture. I just took this picture from Wikipedia. Hold on. Thanks to Wikipedia, things are very simplifiedly written, so it's easy to see things. So let me share my screen. There we go. So the dot over here underneath is Kufa, not Karbala, the Kufa. So it's written very close. This is Kufa. The dot below, this is Kufa. The dot above over here is Karbala. Kufa and Karbala. This is Makkah and this is Medina. Okay. Now, what is happening? Oh, wow. I can actually see that. Okay, now the dots are not here. So that's not good. So we gotta go back to the old screen. So what Imam Hassan Hussein did, he sent a couple of people to Kufa saying, hey, people of Kufa, will you support me if I come to you and stand against the Caliph? Now you have to stand against the Caliph. He's a legitimate Caliph. This is how it is. Muhammad said in his lifetime a hadith, which is a very, very renowned hadith, which says that you have to follow your Imam, your Caliph, even if he is a black Ethiopian who looks like a raisin head. Okay. Who looks
Racism.
like, okay, yeah, but this is what Muhammad said. That whether it is racism or not, but this is exactly what Muhammad said. Let me show it to you before I continue, because this is racism. I heard a noise of raisin head, and it says, the Prophet said, listen and obey your chief, even if an Ethiopian whose head is like a raisin were made your chief. So, even if an Ethiopian black raisin head is your chief, you have to obey him. That's what Muhammad said. But here we have Muawiyah. Okay. Muawiyah is an Arab who is a Sahabi, means a companion of Prophet, and his son Yazid, who is a Tabi'i, means companion of the companion, is now your chief, now your caliph. So tell me something. Why was Imam Hussein not following his Khalif when Muhammad said this? Simple question.
Brother, ask a question. What's the question? Brother, ask a question. Uh-oh. Anyone want to answer? Please come up. And anyone, please, before Adam starts again, please do give it a like, share, and subscribe if you're watching, if you're enjoying the show. I know this is the beginning, and we have a guest here, Kabir, which is nice to see as well. So if you do like, share, and subscribe, and also please try to be a member too if you want to see more perks. But God bless, brother. Please continue.
Thank you so very much. So, brother, in a nutshell, a raisin looks like this. It's in from the India Mart. I'm taking it from the India Mart. There you go. A raisin looks like this. Wow. So even if a black Ethiopian who looks like a raisin head is your chief, you have to follow him. Yeah, that is absolutely, you know, I'm sorry, but this is a racist term how Muhammad used it. What can I do? Alhamdulillah, that's said by the best man in the world. Now, Imam Hussein wanted to put a coup. He wanted to get to become a chief. So he went all the way to. He sent his two of his people to Kufa, and he asked the Kufan people, "Hey, Kufan people, would you like to help me when I come here?" And they said yes. So one of the guy came back. But whenever you want to do a coup on the government, there are some people who are with the government as well. That's exactly what happened. Certain people heard this information and they told who? They told uh, Amir Muawiyah about this information. So let me do one thing very important. Let me show you certain things now. There we go. Let me take this screenshot. Hold on. I need to play something so that you will realize how things are happening. It's very important. Unless you realize what is happening, you won't realize this whole ball game. And I was the person who used to cry about all of this, that they killed the grandsons of Muhammad. And I was like, man, it's a sad time and it's all this and yada yada yada. And I was very, very sad when I was a Muslim about this. So this is where Kufa is. This is where Kufa is, and let's say this is where Karbala. Sorry, this is where the Karbala is. So this is Kufa. No, this is Karbala. So top is Karbala, and this is Kufa. And then we have two of these. So you need to understand how things are running. This is very important because sometimes we don't even realize how things are moving here. It's very important to realize and understand how things are moving here. Okay. You won't understand this because this is Medina and this is Makkah. Okay. Now, Imam Hussein, instead of going from Makkah all the way to Kufa, which is actually closer to it from Makkah, it's closer to Makkah. He went somehow this route, and I have no idea why he took this route. I don't know. So he wanted to go to Kufa. He could have taken the shorter route, but he did not take this shorter route. He's like, no, I'm somehow going to take the longer route, this route. Quite frankly, this doesn't make sense. It only makes sense if Imam Hussein was here somewhere and he had to go to Kufa and he will take this route. Now, this gives the theory some valid point that Petra, the area of Petra, is the real area of Islam. But I'm not going to talk about this today. Okay? I'm not. Yes, sir.
Maybe they wanted to take this road because he wanted to grab some bits and pieces from Medina to go to Karbala.
But okay, even if you go to Medina, then this is still the shortest way to reach Kufa.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, he slid. Got yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe he wants some scenic sights, like maybe like some mountains.
In the desert? Scenic route in the desert?
You got me there.
All right. Perfect. So we are on the same page.
Yes.
Anyhow, long story short, he reached Karbala. Okay. And I'm not going to talk about Petra right now. Not today. I'll get Jay Smith to come on in and comment on that very soon. I'm gonna get him here again. So he went to Karbala. While the Kufans were ready to support Imam Hussein, Kufans told Yazid about it. Yazid sent a force over here, and they said, no, you can't go near Kufa. Nope, there's a boundary wall here now. You can't proceed. Go back. Go back to Makkah. Go back to Medina. Go to Kufa. Simple. What should Imam Hussein do right now? Go back, right?
Yes.
But he did not. He waited for Kufans to come and help me. But Yazid was very good. He put forces around Kufa and he's like, nobody is going to get out of Kufa. Full stop. In Hindi and in Urdu, it is said, muhasara kar lena. He encapsulated the city of Kufa and he's like, nobody's going to get out. Imam Hussein was told to go back. Imam Hussein was coming to Kufa with all of his followers, 71 people, including women and children and family, because he is not going to have a fight. He knows that he is going to get all of his family in Kufa and get the soldiers who are going to fight with Yazid from Kufa and attack Kufa and attack Yazid. But the problem is, here he has women and children with him. He has not reached Kufa where he could leave his women and children and then go out and have a fight. Now, Francis, what would an intelligent person do right now? Turn back, right?
According to all the statistics you mentioned, yes, they should turn back.
But Imam Hussein was not an intelligent person. He was an emotional person.
Brother, I'm emotional.
No, he was way emotional than you.
Oh, okay.
He was not thinking from his mind. He was thinking from somewhere else.
Okay. My bad.
He's like, no, I'm not going to go back. I'm going to go forward. And he was assuming that because he was the grandson of Muhammad, nobody's going to kill him. And then the fight begins. And the first 10 days of Karbala happens. On the third day, they said no water for you because the water river, you can see it, it was sealed for them. Fifth day, killing, 6th day killing, 7th day killing, 10th of Muharram, Imam Hussein was killed. Very short. Francis, have you ever had a chance to go and listen to these Shia majalis?
Yes. I used to go and like just watch them basically, and it was like an entertainment basically for free. So
They would mourn about each and every night, and
yes,
they have the statistics of each and every night, and they
yes,
have the statistics of um, Ali Asghar.
yeah.
Ali Asghar, who would kill 1,000 people, but Imam Hussein said, "Don't kill." And he did not kill, and he just went for the water, and they hit him, and they chopped off his hand. And what the hell, man? If you listen to these stories, you'll be amazed how silly and how stupid these stories are.
Brother, I'm giving the effects as well. Come on, like at least put me on the screen and show the effects I'm giving.
You are on screen, but like if I put you on better screen, then okay, no, okay, hold on. There you go. Okay, give me the effects. Okay, no, now give me the effects. No, I cannot do that. Clean. Okay, now you do the effects. Okay, let me put you here.
Okay.
Why can't I put you here? Hold on. Now
Okay.
you're here. So
1,
now
2, 3.
there we go. So Ya Husaina, Ya Husaina, Ya Husaina, Ya Husaina.
There we go. Done.
Yeah.
Drama over.
I mean, this is just so silly. Just go back.
Okay.
And every single day, every single night, these guys are crying and they are crying and they are crying, and it's just unbelievable. Like, who killed the? Okay, let me ask you something, brother Francis. Let me ask you
Yes.
something. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Single thumbs up. No. Yes. Now it's good. That's good. Thumbs up. So let's see. In a Chinese dynasty, when the
Yeah.
king dies, what happens? They kill all of his family members. Correct?
Yes.
All of his friends who were close to him. Correct?
Yes.
Isn't that exactly what happened after Muhammad died?
That is the
Abu Bakr
case.
was killed.
Yes.
Umar supposedly either been killed or died of old age. Uthman been killed. Ali been
Yeah.
killed. Ali's wife is killed. Ali's sons were killed.
Yes.
Is it not exactly like what Chinese dynasties are or had happened?
But brother, are we celebrating? Oh, sorry, my bad. Did I celebrate too early?
It's the
Sorry.
Islamic New Year, brother. I don't know whether we should celebrate or mourn. Give me 2 thumbs up. Two thumbs up.
Oh, sorry, 2 thumbs up. Like,
Yeah, both of your hand, thumbs up.
there
Now
we
give
go.
me 2 thumbs down. See, now that's 2 thumbs up. Wait for the effect. Now 2 thumbs down. Yes. So now I need to see whether we are celebrating this or we are mourning this, because I don't understand. Because the Muslims actually killed the Muslims. Simple. That's what Karbala is. Muslims killed Muslims. That's the fight between Muslims versus Muslims. And certain Muslims were right and certain Muslims were wrong. Okay, perfecto. Then can you tell me the same thing when Ali had a fight with Aisha called Jange Jamal, the Battle of Camel? Who was right and who was wrong? So when Jange Jamal happened, you will not say the Battle of the Camels, by the way. You will not say whether Ali was right or Aisha was right, because you are hypocrite. You are munafiq. You won't say anything at that particular time. But when Yazid and Hussein came in front of each other, then you will say Yazid is wrong. Why? But then we have the other Muslims who would say Hazrat Yazid alayhi salam. Why? Hazrat Muawiyah alayhi salam. Because Yazid never killed Hussein. Muawiyah never killed Hussein. Yazid only said, do not let Hussein reach Kufa. That's the only order that Yazid gave. That's literally the only order that Yazid gave. So what do you say? And before I continue, let's take some super chats. Brother Francis, will you help me?
Of course. Shuklaji says, good morning, Adam Bhai. Good morning, with emoji of this and 2 coffees. Thank you. PMYR says, the best of Hijrah is a super sharp migration to Adam Seeker. Likes and subscribes be upon him. Ameen.
Thank you.
Mrityunjay brother says, it's not so much of a racist to describe someone's skin color with an example to some illiterate. The issue arises with the word even if used in the hadith, as if that skin color is inferior. That's where the racism lies. Mr. Mrityunjay Saabji is very deeper in the way he speaks. Brilliant stuff, brother.
Very deep, very deep. And he's right, by the way. Like, it's just so right on the spot, brother.
Very deep. You went deeper than the ocean's deep. Right. GR, if book on life of Momo is available for all in accessible language, he is gone. Astonishing moment, no one reads his life, what he did, still ready to die. I guess it's book on the life of Momo.
I have no idea what that means. Try to read it so that I can comprehend it.
If book on life of Momo is available for all in accessible language, he is gone. Okay, so there's book of him available, basically his life. Astonishing moment is maybe no one reads his life for what he did, and some people are still ready to die for what he preaches. I think people do not read his life. So what the persons are trying to say here is that because his life is available for everyone to read, and there are people who would die for someone like this, basically, it's still astonishing. So I guess maybe that's what they're trying to say.
Okay, there's somebody called Ikdharam. Ikdharam, why don't you come up live and ask your questions? You see, the link is there. You want to put a comment like keyboard jihadi? Why don't you click the link? Click, come up live, and have a discussion. What is so hard for you to do that? Why is it so hard for you to click the link, come up, and have a talk, instead of just spreading false narrative in live chat? You do realize my moderators are far stronger than you. If you will do this stupid kind of a thing, they will just, mute you for 2 minutes, and then 5 minutes, and then 30 minutes, and then for 2 hours. You have a question. The link is there. The link says to refute me. Link. The link literally there saying to refute me. You want to refute me? Click the link. Come up live, man. Like, hey, Francis, how difficult is it, man?
But what's that, brother?
Oh, yeah, that's the ooh stuff. Okay.
Oops. Okay. I didn't
And
break
Isa is very quiet today. I don't know why. What happened to him?
I'm here.
I hope you're enjoying the entertainment, Isa. Like, I am a bit of an entertainer, so Mello, I'm sorry. If you don't like comedy, let me know, yeah?
Oh, I love it. Cheers, mate. I think it's great. I like your Saints bracelet, by the way, too.
You like my what, sorry?
Your Saints bracelet.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. That's the Saints, basically. Someone gifted me from our church. So thank you for that. That's very kind of you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
I had no idea about this, but thank you. Now I have some idea about it. So
Excuse me, what did you think before? You didn't even ask me, Adam. How ignorant can you be?
I
You're
was not
making me
looking at
cry.
you this closely. Like you are not a girl, you're a boy. I was not looking at your hand and everything.
You make me cry.
I actually want to ask you all a case, like being Desi folks. What do you think? I've been really pondering that case in Pakistan with Asia Bibi, the Asia Bibi case, particularly in light with this whole Israel situation. A lot of people are very upset about Israel, and but we don't really talk about the kind of, like, we hear about apartheid being used over and over and over again. But when I think about Pakistan, I really think it's the pinnacle of apartheid, in my opinion, because I'm like, if you're a Christian, you're a Hindu, a Sikh, an Ahmadiyya, Ismaili, Ithni Ashri, like just anything that's not your standard Sunni Muslim, you're treated differently. And I was thinking about the case with her where she was drinking at a well or something like that, and they said you can't drink at this well because you're not a Muslim. And I'm like, but you're like another Desi person here. Like, you're all from the same culture. Like, what's the problem here? But the identity of her being a Christian was so problematic that they basically, if I have this correct, she basically said, hey, you know, um, she's just drinking the water. They're like, you can't drink from that water. And she's like, well, they said you can drink from the water if you believe in the Prophet of Islam. And she's like, well, no, I believe in Jesus. I don't need to believe in the Prophet of Islam. And they said that's blasphemy. And they put her through this kangaroo court. And I'm like, I don't know why people don't talk about this more. Like, I think it's just so horrendous and such a injustice, infraction of justice. You know what I mean?
I fully understand what you're saying, but Isa, I don't know when you left Islam. Sorry, when you left Pakistan. Probably at a very early age, or maybe.
I went when I was 4 years old because I was born in America, but I went when I was 4 years old. So I haven't really
Okay,
seen.
so you are an ABCD, quite frankly. So I understand. Yeah, I'm sorry if somebody doesn't know what ABCD is. That's American born confused Desi. But it's not a derogatory term when
I'm an ABCD.
Pakistanis speak
I'm
with
fine with
each
that.
other on that. So that's how it works. So it's just like the N word, when that community speaks the N word among themselves, it's not derogatory. It's the same thing. So Pakistani can say to a Pakistani, you are an ABCD. So brother Isa, the whole idea is in Pakistan, if you would have lived your life in Pakistan, you would realize that a Christian in Pakistan is, or a Hindu, like, do you think when I was a Muslim, I could allow a Hindu or a Christian to come into my house and eat and drink from the same utensils that I would eat and drink?
I mean, I would hope you would, like, as an
No,
American, like,
I would never.
freedom, I
No,
guess
I,
it's
I
okay.
would never. They are filthy, brother. They are filth. How could I allow a Christian or a Hindu to drink and eat from the same utensils, the glass, the plate that I am eating or drinking from? That's not possible. You know, like when you have a dog, you keep some separate utensils for the dog. That's how usually 99% of the Muslim population in Pakistan would have separate utensils and plates for these Hindus and Christians in Pakistan. Like literally.
I mean, that sounds like apartheid to me.
Okay. Define partide for me. It's like partide. How do you
Separation.
spell it?
Like, apartheid is the thing in South Africa where separation, where you separate different ethnicities, religions, classes from each other. You
Absolutely.
treat people
There
one
is
group
no doubt
different.
about it. It's in the law of Pakistan. No non Muslim can ever become the prime minister or the president of Pakistan. No non-Muslim can ever become the judge of the Supreme Court of Pakistan. Full stop. Like, and then there is a glass ceiling when it comes to army. In the army, a non-Muslim can never go to a general position. He can be associate general. I don't know what's the name of that. What is the name? Superintendent general or whatever. What is it, Francis? Tell me the name of that.
About Superintendent General.
Associate general. What is it? So in Pak, lieutenant general. Yes, lieutenant general. So you cannot no non-Muslim can ever achieve a general position. He can only become a lieutenant general. That's it. Not beyond that. So you are telling me the things which are written in the law as is, yet you are telling me, oh, there is some apartheid over there. Dude, it's right there. It's in the law. It's in the law of Pakistan.
Like, to add over here to the very emphasis of Adam, I can give my grandmother as an example, right? Separate plates in the kitchen on the lower cupboard, and that's me as a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 year old looking at this, when my grandmother's giving our Christian maids food in those dirty plates, and that was separately
they're plastic plates. They're not even
plates.
they're not even China plates. They're plastic plates and
Yes.
plastic cups and like they're always separate, man. It's like dog food given to dogs kind of a thing. Yes, please continue.
So I've lived through that, and now I think about this. It's like I would have been treated the same if that was me.
You have been killed because you were a Muslim.
Oh yeah, but that's where the issue lies. Basically, that when you have such extreme segregation that even I've seen in my lifetime, it's like when you talk about apartheid, you're not wrong there. There's very extreme examples that I can give, which I don't think is going to be fruitful anyways. But and Adam, you yourself has so much extreme examples to give anyways. So it's like, horrible. But yeah, thank you for that, Adam.
Yeah, but Isa, what would you respond to that? We have seen this.
I mean, it horrifies me, like, because I've heard about this, and I'm like, and I hear like Pakistanis getting very upset about Israel. They tell me Israel is so bad, it's so horrible, and then I'm like, but in Israel, Arab citizens who are Muslims, Christians, and Druze are treated equally. I'm not going to say it's perfect. I mean, America's not perfect. No place is perfect, but I'm like, particularly in Israel proper, I'm not talking about Gaza and West Bank, but I hear this whole situation, and they're just like, how Israel is so bad, it's so awful, it's so terrible. And then I'm like, then I bring up Pakistan. They say, oh, it's a tu quoque fallacy. Don't bring up Pakistan. How dare you bring up Pakistan? I'm like, I'm a Desi person. I care about this. I'm like, I am horrified by what's going on in Pakistan from what I know. And like even the thing like the Ghazu Hind that I learned about, I was like, this is insane. And even, I don't know if you talk about this on your Urdu channel, but I had learned about the Rangila Rasul incident where there was like the what is it called? The attack against Sita. There was some book against Sita, and then they wrote the Rangila Rasul, and then the guy stabbed a person who published the Rangila Rasul. And I'm like, how are people okay with this? This is against humanity. These are violations of human rights. And it just kind of shocked me. The more I learned, the more I was kind of horrified by what I saw.
Absolutely. Let me give you. I will talk with you before I'll bash. Sometime I want to do some gang bang shebang. I don't like it, but to some people I really want to gang bang shebang. Adam, have you forgotten what Aryans did to Christians on Discord? Aryans did to Christians on Discord? Who are Aryans? You idiot. You dumb fool. We have your photo, LOL. Oh, my photo? There are so many people with my photo everywhere. Okay? You idiot. Click the link. Come up. Let's talk. You idiot. Hangama TV? Idiot. Like, when were you born? Yesterday?
Hangama.
Click the link and come up live. Talk to me, you fool. Or go back to from where you were actually came out on this earth. I don't know. Your mother might be that big to encompassate you at this age as well, probably. But but she can definitely encapsulate your brain, because your brain is still the same. By the way, let me tell you something. Humans are one of those species when they are born in the mother's womb. The first hole that is ever created is the asshole. By the way, exactly. You need to understand that this is science. This is science. I'm literally talking about science. When the sperm enters into the egg and creates a fetus, the first hole that is created is an asshole. Okay. Problem with Hangama TV is that this guy remained an asshole. He never grew out of an asshole. So that's not my fault. That's his fault. He needs to get some maturity and get out of just being an asshole, just like he was in his mother's womb, and be a man and click the link and come up live. That's the only thing that I'm asking. And I'm sorry to all the females in the live chat, but what I'm saying is scientifically correct. You can literally search on the internet, ask the Prophet Google, that the first hole that is created in the fetus is an asshole. That's not me. That's literally science. Okay, that's literal science. But the problem is some of these idiots never grew out of that, so they remained as an asshole. So with that being said, coming back to the point of Isa Kabir, that's the reality, brother. And unfortunately, we cannot shade away from the reality. And when it comes to Israel, I have a lot of friends who would write some Facebook post, and I had to refrain myself, because that is me as Adam Seeker, and then there is me as not Adam Seeker. Okay, and I have to refrain myself from responding to these idiots. And I would say to each and every Muslim in the entire world, whoever is listening to me and whoever will listen to this, if your country is missiled by thousands of missiles, how will your country respond? Simple. Simple. That's a simple answer. Israel did not respond it immediately. They tell them, hey, I'm going to give you 3 days. Save your children, save your women, and then I'm going to come at you. That's called a roar of a lion saying, I am coming. And you know what the other Muslim countries did? Like the Egypt, who had a huge border with that, they closed their border. They're like, nope, I know you guys are terrorists. You're not getting into my country. Is that a fault of Israel? Or is it a fault of the Muslim Arabs? Think about it before you say anything else. Yeah, Muslimi. But the link is there. If you want to come up, please be my guest. Yes, Isa.
Yeah, I find it just shocking, and I find it so. There's a lot of dishonesty. I've been watching a lot of different folks like Christian Prince and stuff, and I'm just kind of shocked by people's ethics and values, that they will defend anything to support what they believe. Like whatever the religious narratives, like if it's unethical, they're like, I'm still going to support it. Like there's some kind of hadith about, I don't know how to say it politically correct, but like if there's a woman and there's like the mahram status, and her top, her suckling on her certain parts, and that creates a certain ability to be around the woman. I just find it so insane that someone would believe in that. Like, it's just crazy to me. And I see people defending it. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
they
you have
have
to
to.
reject that. It's insane. That's an insane belief. It's crazy.
Because Aisha did that. She would send the people to her sister so that they could suckle her. And once they suckle her, she would get them back and get them admitted into her house because Muhammad said that. But we are going way out of the line today. Today is a new year. We gotta talk about Muharram, Isa. Why are you going into so many other things and not Muharram, man? Come on.
Well, I'm
Shift
sorry.
your
It's just,
gears.
I'm just interested in talking about all these things. They're all kind of interconnected, I think. But
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry
gotta you
about
gotta you gotta shift your gears. Come back to the new year, man. Ask me something about the new year. I'm so tempted to tell you and everyone who are listening in the live chat about the New Year of Islam. I'm just so tempted. I wanna give out my data, which is inside my heart and my mind. And like, what's the point of reading three books? Like three volumes, basically, quite frankly, which are actually three books. If I can't even get this information out of my chest. And like Jackie said, Yalla Habibi. Yeah, come to Islamic New Year, the topic. And
okay.
there is
I have a question. I'll ask you a question.
yes. By the way,
So
there's a Muhammad Yammad, and he said Assalamu alaikum. Dude, your spellings are so wrong when it comes to Assalamu alaikum. You gotta fix your spellings before you actually, say Assalamu alaikum. Either you are a non-Muslim or what, but brother, seriously speaking. I know Arabic is a difficult language for you, but at least you need to understand how to write Assalamu alaikum. Okay? Yes, Isa.
my question is, so like Salafis, which are kind of seems to be the big growing movement. It's like you can't celebrate anything. So is like I think in Surah Maida it talks about not being able to celebrate. Surah Al Maida 551, that you're not allowed to celebrate the new year. So what are your thoughts on that?
Uh, but Surah Maida 51 is not talking about New Year, basically. Surah Maida 51 is talking about, because this is one of my favorite verse, that you cannot be friends with Jews and Christians because they are friends with each other. So your information is wrong, my friend. Maida 51 is not about that. But yes, Salafis believe that we should not celebrate anything except for Eid al-Adha and Eid al what is the other one?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have framed it. It's saying that Allah doesn't guide the wrongdoers. So that's the point, that the people who are celebrating, you're a wrongdoer if you do it. It's a certain kind of extrapolation from the text. Sorry, I didn't
Well, the Zalimin does not literally means wrongdoing. Zalim words comes Zalimin is a plural of the word Zulm, the one who does Zulm. Zulm, the true translation would be oppressors.
isn't it like darkness? Like the Dhulm is darkness.
Oppressors, simple oppressors, the one who oppresses. Zulm. The word Zulm. You know what the word Zulm is? And Zulm, the plural of the Zulm is Zalimin, the one who does the Zulm in the plural sense, right? Zalim is the person who oppresses, and Zalimin is the persons, as in plural, who oppresses, and Zulm is is the verb which means oppression. Now, it actually says, Inna Allahu la yahdil qawmal Zalimin. Allah does not guide the people who does the oppression upon themselves because they are becoming friends of the Jews and Christians. You know, so celebrations in Islam is very different, and there are only two celebrations in reality: Eid al-Adha and the Eid al-Fitr. That's it, which we call the Eid al-Fitr, which comes right after Ramadan, and Eid al-Adha is after the Hajj, and that's it. Other than that, there's literally no other celebration in Islam if you look at the life of Muhammad. And the Salafis who follow the Salaf, which is the first generation, the second generation, and the third generation of Muhammad, they say that we need to only follow what Muhammad did and the Sahaba did. Simple. In reality, in Islam, New Year has no meaning, and that's why I wanted to talk about this subject. Like literally, what is the meaning of New Year in Islam? By the way, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
No, I mean, you tell me. Tell me.
Francis, you want to say something?
Um, I wanted to ask Isa basically. So you have you like are you still a Muslim or have you left Islam?
Oh,
Please don't ask this.
that's
Please
a
don't.
wild question.
Isa, don't answer. Isa, don't answer. Please don't. Francis, take your question back.
Take it back. Sorry.
Astaghfirullah.
La hawla wa la
Astaghfirullah.
quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim.
Yeah, that is one question which is out. If you, Isa, do you want to answer this? Because if you want to answer it, I'm gonna go back, go downstairs for now, and
I
then
want
you
to
can
hear.
answer.
I want to hear your points on Muharram. I want you to tell us about that.
Dun,
Instead of
dun, 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 dun. My bad.
So, Francis, let me just tell you, I have been friends with Isa for over 4 years now.
Ooh.
4 years. That's wild.
Yeah,
Friends.
and there's a video on my channel with this question between me and Isa. You wanna watch it? I'll share it to you. But
Brilliant.
I don't wanna go into this because if we go into this, things are gonna go very different.
Me, repent. Sorry. Sorry, Isa. Sorry, Adam. And sorry, all the viewers for distracting. Yes? Sorry.
Isa has his own journey, and I will let him have his own journey for now.
Ooh, shukriya. I appreciate it.
Oh, Mehrbani Twadi.
So, Isa, remind me of the question. Sorry, because of
Well,
this
the
this
question
question,
was.
I lost the whole chain of thought.
Well, the question was. You were going to tell us about what about the no meaning that the New Year has no meaning, and thus we can't. There is no celebration of it. You were
Yeah,
going to go
because
on.
the New Year in Islam comes with killings, with bloodshed. Like imagine the New Year of Islamic New Year is all with the bloodshed of the grandson of Muhammad. How can you celebrate it? So Muharram goes, the Safar goes, and Rabiul Awwal comes. And I think 12th Rabiul Awwal, no, not 12th. 12th is a Sunni. I think 27. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Uh, Birth of Muhammad according to Shia Islam. Hold on. Uh, 17th. So after the 17th Rabiul Awwal is when the Shia starts to celebrate. Because the Sunnis celebrate 12th Rabiul Awwal as the birth of Muhammad. Shia celebrate the 17th of Rabiul Awwal. And in Shia, the proper Shias will not even marry during this 2.5 months, Muharram or Safar. They call these 2 months as the cursed month. The cursed month. And it's total bloodshed. If you look at it, every single day of Muharram and Safar, these people are mourning every night because they know that somebody died during this time and during this time. And these are the cursed month. The 2.5 months of the New Year of Islam are absolutely cursed.
Why are they cursed?
Because one of their imam was killed in each and every one of them. One of their Shia stronghold were killed in each and every month of that. There's a fifth, there's seventh of Muharram, then there's 10th, then there is 11th, then there's 12th. Then Bibi Zainab was dragged. By the way, Bibi Zainab, and it reminded me of this, that Zainab was made a slave girl, yet nobody had sex with her. Why? So you are telling me that the followers of Yazid were far better than Muhammad? That when Muhammad made slave girls in battle, Muhammad had sex with them, Muhammad had his followers had sex with them. But when it comes to Yazid, he never allowed anybody to have sex with Zainab, even though she was a capture of the war. So who's better morally, Yazid or Muhammad? Simple question. Who's better morally? And I have asked this to so many Muslims. It's unbelievable. Sunni Muslims. I was like, dude, your prophet Muhammad, whom you adore so much, he said every single woman who is captured of war is a sex slave. Quran, chapter of Mu'min, chapter number 23, verse number 5, 6, and 7. Every single person who is captured in war is a sex slave. But you agree unanimously, whether they are Shias or Sunnis, that when Yazid captured Zainab, he didn't have sex with her. Neither of any of his battle people. None of them. Who's better morally? Yazid or Muhammad? User unknown. Click the link and come up live. Stop babbling in the live chat. So with that being said, like quite frankly, you tell me, I'm going to ask you, Isa, just by looking at this information, will you follow Muhammad or Yazid?
I mean, if that story is true, the thing is, like, we know that a lot of these things, like, I
Dude, this
trust
is
that.
unanimously agreed by Shias and Sunni. Forget whether it's true or not. It's unanimously agreed by Shias and Sunnis that the only thing that happened with Zainab was that her veil was removed. She did not had anything on her head, as in the parda, as in the hijab, but nobody had sex with her. Unanimously agreed. Now, with that information, will you follow Muhammad or Yazid?
I mean, if that were true, I would go with Yazid.
That's the whole idea, man. So Yazid was much better when it comes to moralities than Muhammad. He was much better. Like, okay, any Muslim in the entire world, whether he's a Shia or a Sunni, come up live and tell me if I'm saying anything wrong. Do you disagree with me on this statement? Can you say up live that yes, the followers of Yazid had sex with Zainab as a sex slave? Any of you? So, Isa, the whole problem is they wanted to exalt the womanhood of Zainab. If they were lying, they wanted to exalt it. By exalting Zainab's womanhood, they made Yazid look like an angel in front of Muhammad. And if they were telling the truth, then Yazid was morally much better person than Muhammad himself. And there's a guy called Joshua Chapa. Shia doesn't exist. Okay, perfect. In your dreams, like then humans doesn't exist if Shia doesn't exist. Like I don't understand these people. Like this is like Joshua Chapa. Shia doesn't exist. If Shia doesn't exist, then humans doesn't exist. Like there should be a limit of idioticity. This guy has no limit.
Shia doesn't exist. maybe he meant the Shia. Maybe he's trying to say, like maybe he believes that there's not one Shia that exists. Maybe he tried to say Shias exist, but he said Shia doesn't exist because maybe he said no, not only one. There's many who exist. It's just one who doesn't exist. So,
I
but
have
the
no
context,
idea.
but the context.
I
Matters.
have no idea what he's trying to say.
Oh, that's all. Bless him. Yeah, pray for him.
Okay, so check this out. Stop disrespecting our prophet. So Joshua Chapa is a Muslim
Oh
uh,
no.
who's a Sunni probably
Oh.
because he said Shia doesn't exist.
But it says
And
Sunni
now,
way at the bottom.
yeah, now he's like, stop disrespecting our prophet. Man, what is to respect about your prophet? Click the link, come up live. Click the link, come up live, and tell me one single thing about your fake prophet which I should use to respect him. One, not 10, not 5, not 3. One, why I should respect your prophet. Full stop.
If you come up, I'll give you hearts.
Oh, wow. You have very good hearts, by the way. Very good hearts.
Thank you.
Just give me one single reason to respect your prophet. One. That's it. That's all what I'm asking.
Please come up. And everyone, again, when Adam goes quiet, I try doing this. Please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Many of the people who are watching are not liking it. Please give it a like. Please give it a share. Please do subscribe. It works with the algorithm of the YouTube. You want to push his channel as his Urdu channel is being pushed. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Back to you. Shut up, Francis.
And by the way, Francis, you gotta tell them to retweet my tweet as well if possible.
Oh, sorry. And also retweet. Yeah. Go to Twitter and retweet. Now, formerly known as Twitter, now it's known as X. Go and tweet his tweet as well. If you don't do that, you are supporting bad things. Anyways, back to you.
Thank you so very much.
I want to ask you a quick question, Adam. What do you think
Yes.
about Dr. Joshua Little's work on the ahadith? Because, like, my experience, like, through academia, a lot of people are like, the ahadith are untouchable. They're just perfect. But when you go deeper, like, even when I was younger, I was like, well, what's going on here? You're telling me that this is completely, like, sahih, mutawatir, like, all these things, like, these, they have these grades, and I'm like, well, what makes the hadith have the grade? Well, it's because a good person told a good person who told a good person. There's no real scientific engagement of the veracity of the information. There's no scientific engagement of, the person's memory. There's no engagement of any of these kind of variables that I think any scientist would want in looking into a science. So I'm like, it's always kind of confused me, like, that folks are saying it's like untouchable. And then Dr. Joshua Little did like a really exhaustive engagement within his research of it, where he gave like multiple arguments of the difficulties of engaging with a hadith through an academic level. And I was just wondering what y'all felt about, like, you and Francis thought about that.
Brother Joshua did a research on this and it's good. But let me tell you, he did a very wrong research. If ahadith at least have some chain of narrators, when it comes to Quran, you have nothing. Hadith can still stand on something. When it comes to Quran, you have nothing. No chain of narration. You have some statements that somebody said something that is Quran, which he heard from Muhammad. Like literally, there's no chain of narration when it comes to Quran. Hadith is very secondary here. But yeah, you're right. 300 years later, somebody said to somebody, somebody said to somebody, to somebody said to somebody. It's absolutely stupidity in essence. But we have a Muslim here, so let's take him.
Hi, mashallah. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Mr. Imran Sheikh.
Yeah, hello.
Hello,
So
how are you?
yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, so I just wanted to tell you one thing
Are you a
regarding
Muslim
this.
first? Tell me.
Yes,
Okay, perfect. Are you from Pakistan or India? Because the way you're speaking, it seems like that kind of language, accent.
from India. from India.
Perfect. Please continue.
Okay, so why Muhammad, peace be upon him, married all that widow and old uh, women? He would have married many his beautiful girls also, young girls also, except Aisha, peace be upon him, peace be upon her. So, Miss, can you tell me this? Miss, you are telling the references from Hadith, right?
So you're talking about marriages of Muhammad, right?
Yes,
Okay, perfecto. Why did Muhammad marry Javeria?
Javeria.
Yeah.
I haven't read reference. Just I know only our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, married
Brother,
all
that's
widow.
not the point. That's not the point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk
Hmm.
about Aisha first. Okay, then we'll go to
Yeah.
Javeria. Now, I want to talk to you. Okay, you have time, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you have time. We can have a nice discussion, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. When did Muhammad marry Aisha?
Sorry. I beg
When did
pardon.
Muhammad marry Aisha?
Uh, After demise of Khadija.
Okay, but that
After Hijrat.
pretty
After
long.
Hijrat.
Okay, what was the age of Muhammad when he married Aisha?
53.
No, that's when he had sex with her. I asked when he married her.
50.
50, perfect. What was the age of Aisha at that time?
Somewhere some narrator describes 6, some 7, 8,
Perfect. Between
like that.
6 and 7, not 8. Nobody is saying 8, okay? Between 6
Yes.
and 7, okay?
Yes.
We
Yes.
agree to that. Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me that a 7 years of age of a girl can accept the marriage of a 50 years old guy?
If we go by definition, marriage is equal to nikah plus consummation of that
Not
nikah or
really. In
marriage.
Islamically,
Mm,
there are two parts. One is called nikah. There's
yes.
nothing called fianceism, okay, in
Mm,
Islam. One is called nikah. So Muhammad had a nikah with Aisha at the age of 6 or 7, okay, and I'm
mm.
talking about that time. Now, please answer, sir.
Okay, that time means it was the ritual. It was very normal. Means though I know that today we think
Perfect.
it is,
I,
yeah.
brother, I would love that. That time it was very normal. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. That time it was very normal to worship idols as well. Did Muhammad not abolish that?
Yeah. See, this is regarding the worship. This is regarding the marriage. So both are different things. We can't compare these
Okay,
things to
perfect,
that.
perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
That time it was very normal to have slaves and have sex with them. Did Muhammad abolish that?
He told that marry with those girls also,
No, no,
step by
no, no.
step,
He did not. He did not. He
Muslims.
did not. He did not. You have no
In
reference. You have no reference in Quran or Hadith to back up your claim. So please do not say
10,
something for which you do not
can you
have a
open
reference.
2432? 2432.
Okay, I'll open 2432 of the Quran. No worries.
2432.
Okay,
24
24,
chapter.
chapter number 24, verse number 32 of the Quran, right?
Okay.
I'll open that for you, brother. No worries. I am here for you and I will go with you as long as you will have a nice discussion with me. Okay. There you go, brother. It's right here. Please read it.
Yeah. And marry the unmarried among you and the righteous among your male slaves and female slaves. If they should be poor, Allah will enrich them from His bounty, and Allah is all encompassing and knowing.
Perfect.
So they have,
What?
yeah.
Yeah. So what does that has to do with what I just said?
Hey, it's start of abolishing that, as we can
It's
say,
not start.
at least
It's not
it was the
start.
start. Yeah.
No. No.
If okay, if he intends
Okay.
that
Let me tell you
slavery
something.
should
Let me
be.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. English might be very difficult for you to comprehend. You are from India. Read in
Yeah.
Hindi.
तथा तुम अपने में से अविवाहित पुरुषों तथा स्त्रियों का निकाह कर दो।
So
अविवाहित
basically, you are marrying a slave with a slave. You are not marrying a slave. Let's read Dr. Israr Ahmad. It says, और निकाह करा दिया करो बीवियों का अपने में से तुम्हारे गुलामों और बांदियों में से जो जी सलियत हों. So you are not marrying the slave in this verse. Sahih International Translation actually does not properly translate it. It kind of translated right, but it's kind of difficult for you to comprehend what he's saying. And marry the unmarried among you and the righteous among your male slaves and female slaves. So you're not marrying a female slave. Okay. What Quran is saying, that the righteous slaves among you, the one which are Muslim slaves, marry them with the Muslim slave woman. They are still slaves. You are not marrying a slave woman to make her your wife and a free wife. No, 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 no. And
he,
marry and marry. Listen to what I'm saying first before you say something. Let me
yeah,
translate
yeah.
the English translation for you. And marry the unmarried among you and the righteous among your male slave and female slave. If they should be poor, Allah will enrich them from His bounty, and Allah is all encompassing and wise. Do you want to see a tafsir for that? I can show it to you, but I think it will be now clear to you.
Okay, only one means one confusion is there. See, they have mentioned and marry the unmarried among you. So
Mhm.
what is meaning of that? Allah is addressing to.
In order to इसमें और तुम्हारे गुलामों और बांदियों में से जो जी सलाहियत हो. It's right there. हिंदी पढ़ लो. I have no issue. I have all three translations in my screen all the time.
Okay, so here अपने में से in the sense from
और
slaves or from
निकाह
Muslims.
करा दिया करो बेवाओं का अपने में से और जो तुम्हारे गुलामों और बांदियों में से. Now the problem is very simple, my friend. Problem is very simple. Let me go to Surah Al-Mu'minin. Okay. Let me work with you over here so that you'll understand. This Surah Al-Mu'minin. It says, it tells you how you can become a mu'min. Okay. Imran, are you with me?
Yes, I'm seeing your
Okay.
screen. Yeah.
Certainly the believers, the mu'minuns, have
المؤمنون.
been succeeded. So now Allah is going to tell you what a mu'min is. Okay. Mu'min is the person who does good, humble prayers. Okay. Then mu'min is a person who turns away from ill speech. Okay, that's good. Good. They who observe zakat, they give zakat. And they who guard their private parts. Okay, mu'min guard their private part. Except, illa, except from their wives and their right hand possess, which means their lonelies. So you have to safeguard your private part, means you neither have to show it nor you have to insert it to anyone else other than your wife or your sex slave. Now, problem is very simple, my friend. How can you marry a female slave? Let me tell you, Quran actually gives you the answer in Surah Nisa.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
here
Hold on,
Allah
hold
is
on, hold on,
address.
hold on. Let's read. And it says, no, it's in 6, not in 3. Let's go there. Let's read it. Mm, okay. I'll have to open all 4. Seems like I forgot where it says that. Okay, not in 1, not in verse number 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Somehow I can't find it. Sorry, where did it go? Hmm. I think it is 3.
You want 424, 424,
Not
21, 22.
24. I need 3. I think it says if you can't find the means, 24. Let's see, 24. So if you can't find the mean, then you yes, you are so right, my friend. You know Quran. And also married women accept that your iron possess the degree of Allah upon law. No, let me search. Uh, okay, let me see. 25, verse number 25, man. The
Yeah.
next verse. That's the beautiful verse. So it says, check this out. It says, oh, what happened? There we go. And whoever among you cannot find the means to marry free woman, believing woman, then, only then, from those whom your right hand possess, believing slave girls. So if you do not have the finances or the means to marry a free believing Muslim woman, then and only then you can marry a slave believing woman, not non-believing woman, not non-Muslim woman. Then and only then you can marry a slave believing woman. What would you say, brother? Mike is yours. I'm done.
Okay. So let me tell you one thing. So here Allah is addressing depending on the situation, whatever existing situation is there. So that way Allah is addressing first thing.
What is the situation here, brother?
So that time,
No, forget that time. The situation is right here in
yeah.
the verse. Read these 3 lines and you will know the situation.
Okay. So situation is that miss that they are not finding any means to marry
And what does that
free
means
believing
when it
women.
comes to
Okay.
what does the means mean here?
Yeah. Means there is no any means to marry. No one is there. We can say no one is
Okay,
there.
perfect.
Any believing women.
So
Yeah.
if you do not have any
Mm.
free Muslim woman for you to marry, only then you can marry a slave Muslim woman, correct?
Yes. But here
Perfect.
they
So,
are seeing slave girls only, not Muslim
yeah,
girls. Slave girl.
no, believing slave girls. Believing slave girls, Muslim slave girl.
Ah.
You cannot
Okay. Okay.
marry a non-believing
Yeah.
girl. So whether
Okay.
she is a slave or not a slave, you cannot marry a non-Muslim girl. That's a full stop. So if she is a Hindu, she is a atheist, she is an agnostic, she is a Buddhist, whatever, you can't marry her. That will remain as a slave. She has to be a Muslimah and a slave for you to marry her if you cannot find any free Muslim woman. So, brother, when it comes to slavery, it's right there in Islam. Like, you never abrogated it, Muhammad never removed it. Are you
Yeah,
thinking or what?
as
I'm waiting basically.
yeah, this is actually a basic of the Islam is you cannot marry other than Muslim. So, miss, it is very natural uh, to give this ayat because Islam prohibited to
Brother, I'm
marry.
not talking
Uh,
about brother, I'm not talking about anything else right now because in Islam you can marry a Jew or a Christian woman, but you cannot marry your daughter who's to a Jew or a Christian. So that's something for some other day. Okay, let's talk about this. We are talking about slavery. You brought this topic up. I did not, and you went into this dilemma. Now, is slavery abrogated or removed in Islam?
we're not sure because
No, it's right there,
I'm also not. Yeah.
brother. It's right there. Why do you say I'm not sure? It's right there. So what do you do with a Muslim slave woman? That is in chapter number 23. Okay, let's go back. You have sex with her without marrying her. It's right here. If you already have a wife, then you just have sex with her without marrying her. It's halal. If you do not have a wife and you do not have a mean to marry a free Muslim woman, then you need to look around and see which of the slaves among your brothers is a female. And obviously, if a slave Muslim, a female, is a slave of somebody else, they have already penetrated her. They have already banged her, quite frankly. And I'm sorry to use the word bang her, but that's what Muslims have done already with her. I would rather use the word rape, but that looks really, really bad over here because people say, no, that's not raping. And they'll like, oh, no, that's so the conversation will go into the word rape. So I'm not going to use the word rape just so the conversation will not divert to a different topic. So I'm going to use the word banging. Okay. So your Muslim brother has already banged her. Okay. Now you want to marry her because you cannot find any other Muslim woman. So you buy the slave, free her because she's a Muslim and marry her. If you do not find any other free Muslima woman. Otherwise, no matter how many Muslima slaves that you have, you're going to just bang her and not marry her. Where is the slave being freed by Islam?
Muslims, means Islam haven't abrogated slavery.
Perfect. So Islam
Yeah.
has not abrogated slavery. Perfect. So we go back. Perfect. You agree with me? Perfect. So Islam did not abrogate slavery, number one.
Yeah.
So why did Muhammad marry a 6 years old girl when there were things that he abrogated and there were things that were good for man, as in human man, female, not female, male? He did
Mm.
not. All the bad things which were required for the man who Muhammad needed for his fighting battles for their pleasure, every single thing that is there he allowed. He did not abrogate it. So he abrogated, don't worship multiple god, because he wanted his power. But when it comes to abrogating slavery, he did not. When it comes to marrying an underage child, he did not. Rather, he married an underage child himself. How can you call him a prophet?
Okay, Adam sir. Okay, if we keep
Yes.
aside for some while this marriage, so
Okay.
Miss, there the question remains again that why he married the widow and
Okay, let's talk
old.
about videos now. So, first thing, you agree Muhammad allowed child marriage, correct? and he was a
Yes.
pedophile. Let's talk
We
about
can't say
Javeria.
pedophile. Why? Okay, we
That's a
will talk
pedophilia.
this
That
later.
is that is the definition of pedophilia, brother. We have to call it pedophile. That's the definition of pedophilia. Okay, what is the definition of pedophilia?
Yeah, sexual attraction towards
An
underage
underage
girls.
child. So did Muhammad not say that I have seen you Aisha in my dreams 3 times? Did Muhammad
Uh,
not had sex with her when she was only 9 years of age? If that's
nine
not
years.
pedophilia, if that's not pedophilia, then I do not know what pedophilia is. You need to create a new dictionary definition of pedophilia if that's not pedophilia. So now, can we go to Javeria?
Okay, we will go.
Okay, perfect. That's Javeria. This is history of At-Tabari, and this tells us about Javeria. Javeria was a slave that was captured. He she was assigned to some other person, Zaid bin Haritha, who lived with Muhammad's household. And oh no, that's different page number. Hold on. Javeria actually means little girl. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So Muhammad married Javeria, who was a little girl. She was a little girl. So
Okay.
Javeria means little girl. Check this out. The account presented Al-Tibri in fortnight of strength as the role of the marriage, similar 6th Hijri, Muhammad married Javeria, a sweet, beautiful woman who was captive. Anyone who looked at her, the words of Aisha. Aisha is saying she was a sweet, little, beautiful woman. Javeria, which means little girl. She became a slave of one of the captor. Javeria approached Muhammad for help. Muhammad got captivated by her beauty and offered her something better than the payment of the price of her freedom, namely marriage with himself. So Javeria came to Muhammad and Muhammad said, "Marry me." Check this out. Let me tell you something. This is the history of At-Tabari. It's right here. Okay. Aisha saw her and Aisha said, "Wow." She felt so jealous. She felt so jealous of Javeria because she knew Muhammad will going to marry her. Let me show you. Aisha is saying, check this out. By God, as soon as I saw her at the door of my chamber, I took a dislike of her. Aisha is saying she took a dislike of Javeria. Why? And I knew that he, like Muhammad, would see in her what I saw. Muhammad will see in her the sexy little girl. She went before him and said, Messenger of God, I am Javeria, the daughter of Al Haritha bin etc. etc. chief of tribesmen. You can see what misfortune came upon me and etc. 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 Contracted with him for my freedom. I have come to you to ask your aid with my contract. He said to her, would you like something better? She said, what is it, Messenger of God? He said, I will pay your contract and marry you. Aisha was already jealous of her because she was a sweet, beautiful woman. Why did Muhammad marry Javeria, brother? Because she was a sweet, beautiful woman. Why did Muhammad marry Safiyyah? Safiyyah was given to Dhayyal Kalbi anyways. Somebody came back and said, how can you give Dhaiya Safiyyah? She's a chief tribeswoman. You should marry him. Not Dhaiya. Muhammad gave Dhaiya 7 slaves to get Safiyyah back. Why? There you go. I'll show it to you. This is in Sahih Muslim. Muhammad took Safiyyah back from Dhayyul Kalbi by giving 7 slaves. Okay. Let's go to Ibn Majah first before this one, because this is a long one. I want to show a short one. Prophet Muhammad bought Safiyyah for 7 slave women from Dhayyul Kalbi. 7! Give me Safiyyah back. My friend, your prophet, I'm sorry to say, was a womanizer. According to your hadiths, I'm not saying anything of my own. Whether they were already penetrated by somebody else or not, it doesn't matter to Muhammad. The only thing that mattered to Muhammad was whether they are cute, sexy, and can have sex with him in a reasonable manner. That's all. And I just gave you 2 examples. Sauda, forget Sauda. So the scene of Sauda was different. Muhammad had 2 daughters and he was about to marry Aisha. They were all young girls. And Muhammad needed a mother figure for, and that's why he married Sauda, so that Sauda would be a mother figure. And when Sauda became too old, Muhammad wanted to divorce her anyways. It's in Hadith. Muhammad wanted to divorce Sauda. There you go. It's in multiple hadiths, but I'm going to give you one, which is in Mishkat, which is one of the earliest hadith writer. And it says, Messenger Atta told us that there was this God messenger wife. So when he left her bride, but gentle God messenger 9 wives and sector. Atta said that they one of the God messenger did not allow to share Safiyyah, who was the last of them to die, the die Medina region. Sauda and his surrounders, she gave her the day to Aisha. Sauda had to give her day to Aisha because Muhammad didn't want to go to her because now he had 9 wives. He didn't want to go back to her. He did not, because now he had 9 wives. He did not want to go back to her. And Sunnah.com does not have this. So I'm going to show it to you in alhadith.com, because Sunnah.com does not have the full Mishkat al-Masabi. There you go. जब रसूल ने इन्हें तलाक देने का इरादा फरमाया तो उन्होंने अपनी बारी आयशा को हिबा कर दी. When Muhammad was about to divorce Sauda, Sauda gave her day to Muhammad, saying, give this day to Aisha. This is in Tirmidhi as well. There you go. I'll show you Tirmidhi, because they have removed it from Mishkat, but it's still there in Tirmidhi. Like while I'm talking, I'm searching these things on the runtime. Sauda feared that the Prophet was going to divorce her. So she said, do not divorce me, but keep me and give my day to Aisha. So he did so. Muhammad never said, no. I'm going to spend 1 day with you as well. I have 11 wives anyways. I'm going to give 1 day to you. Doesn't matter whether you are old and ugly. It doesn't matter. I'm going to give you my day. But no, that's not what he did. Look, Quran came down. Then there is no sin on them both if they make terms peace with themselves, and making peace is better. Chapter number 4, verse number 128. Because of Sauda. Because she was a black, old, fat lady. And Muhammad didn't want to give her time. You are telling me that Muhammad was so good and he married only the divorced woman. When we look at the Hadith reference, he only wanted to have chikni, chubri, ladkiya. Doesn't matter anything else. And the women who were old, Muhammad didn't give them the time. What do you have to say, brother?
No
And
words.
by the way, all of the women of Muhammad were much younger than him. Do you know that, right?
Yeah, as compared to his age, right?
Oh, no. You know, there's a short on my Urdu channel which has been watched over 1 million times. Over 1 million times. It's the most watched YouTube short that I have on my Urdu channel. Have you watched it? The Marriages of Muhammad or the
Is it
Wives of
short
Muhammad?
or
It's
stream?
a YouTube short. It's literally a 1 minute YouTube short.
Mm, I haven't seen. I will have to see.
Okay, it's called The Wives of Muhammad. Let me show it to you here. Give me a second. I'll show it to you here. You know, the beautiful part is that whatever we do here, it's just remains here. And this video of mine has been watched over 1 million times. You know what a million is? It's 10,100,000. Check this out. Watch it. Enjoy it.
की कौन कौन सी बीवी मोहम्मद से बड़ी है जो आपने भी बात की है?
हजरत खदीजा बड़ी थी वो।
और पता नहीं मोहम्मद 53 साल का था, 53 इयर्स का, जब उसे 6 साल की आयशा से शादी की। मोहम्मद 58 इयर्स का था जब उसने 15 साल की जवेरिया से शादी की। मोहम्मद 59 इयर्स का था जब उसने 17 साल की सफैया से शादी की। मोहम्मद 55 साल का था जब उसने 21 साल की हफ्सा से शादी की। मोहम्मद 56 साल का था जब उसने 30 साल की ज़ैनब से शादी की। मोहम्मद 56 साल का था जब उसने 27 साल की उम्मे सलमा से शादी की। मोहम्मद 22 या 25 साल के दरमियान में कहीं पे था जब उसने हदीजा से शादी।
That is the only older wife, Sauda and Khadija. That's it. But Khadija age was not 40, according to any Sahih Hadith, according to any Hasan Hadith, according to any Zaif Hadith. The most of the references that we received of the age of Khadija is 28 to 32. But that's not the topic. Even if you think that she is 40, that is the only one.
मोहम्मद 50 साल का था जब उसने 55 साल की सऊदा से शादी की।
Like Sauda and Khadija, these are the two women who were a bit old. And Sauda, I already told you, Muhammad wanted to divorce her anyways.
मोहम्मद 49 साल का था जब उसने 42 साल की उम्मे हबीबा से शादी की थी। मोहम्मद 49 साल का था जब उसने 36 साल की मैमूना से शादी की थी। मोहम्मद 58 इयर्स का था जब उसने 38 इयर्स की ज़ैनब से शादी की।
So imagine you are telling me which of the women that Muhammad married were not penetrated before. I would say, why does penetration before is required when you have so many women to have sex with? Muhammad was a womanizer, brother. Literally. Why do you still want to follow this kind of a prophet? Tell me. Mike is yours, brother.
So yeah, let me answer. So whatever we have been told, is, as you have given reference regarding that slaves and but that time marrying and doing sex it was legitimate.
What was
Yeah, but
legitimate?
means marrying means what we say marrying and sex, doing sex.
So having sex with a 15 years old girl when you are 55 while she is a slave of somebody else. So she has nowhere else to go. And you would say, okay, I'll do you better. Instead of you being a slave for 10 people, one after another, I'll marry you. Do you think that's a good thing to say to a slave woman? And I'm talking about Javeria right now. And Javeria
With
literally
slave,
means young girl.
with slave, it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah, so she had nothing else. So she just picked from the the worst of the two evil, right? What about Safiyyah? Muhammad had sex with her in the khaima, in the tent, and people were outside thinking if Muhammad will come out and put a veil on her, then she is a wife of Muhammad, otherwise she is not. That's Safiyyah. Like, how do you call this guy a prophet? Let me show it to you. The beautiful part is Muhammad took Safiyyah in her khaima, in her tent, okay, and the companion of Muhammad were saying, check this out. VAIL. Hold on. There you go. We do not know whether he, the Holy Prophet, had married her or had sex with her as a slave woman. They said, if the Holy Prophet would make her wear a veil, then she would be a free woman. And if he would not make her veil, then she would be a slave woman. So Muhammad was having sex with so many women, left, right, and center, that the companion of prophets were saying, if this Safiyyah will come out with a veil, then she is the wife of Muhammad. Otherwise, she is a slave woman. That's how your Muhammad was. Womanizer. Sexual predict. Uh, predict. Lip sync. Uh, predator.
Predator,
Okay.
predator.
Predator. Thank you so very
Right.
much. And I'm like, brother, every single thing that I said, I'm showing it to you on screen. I don't speak of my own. I speak with my references from your books. What is there to still support him and follow him, brother? Why don't you leave this stupid, idiotic cult of a man named Muhammad?
Yeah. I will have to think on Hadith.
Why do you have to think?
Yeah. Just need more
No, no, no,
attention.
no.
Yeah.
Just a second, just a second. What more to think?
Might be some part fabricated or adulterated.
Okay, listen. You think Sahih Muslim has
Yeah.
some parts to think about?
Yeah. It is
You
authentic
think,
by
okay,
scholars.
what about Quran then? So in reality, what you are telling me is you will not look at what is written, but you are going to go to somebody else who will just butter it. Maska, brother, maska is good on a bun, not in a theology. You can have maska bun, that is perfectly good. But when you are following a prophet on whom you have to put maska, then there's a problem. You don't put maska on the stuff that is written in front of you. Muska is only good in a bun. Muska bun. Go eat muska bun with cup of tea. When it comes to what is written in front of you, how can you just say, okay, I'll think, I will talk with a scholar? Why do you need to talk with a scholar on this? I'm waiting. Mr. Imam Sheikh, I'm waiting.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
correct.
doesn't answer my question. So what are you waiting for to denounce this
Yeah,
single
I
man
will think
first?
on this, Adam. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what is the best evidence that you have for Muhammad to be a prophet?
As
Number, let me
is
let me
yeah.
let me finish my statement. That if that is destroyed right now, you will leave Islam right now. Think about it before you say something. In the meantime, we'll read some super chats. You think about it. Mahadev Bhagat, thank you so very much,
Mahadev
sir.
Bhagat, 100 Indian rupees. Shukran. Thank you. Flying Spaghetti Monster says, I need time. I have to think of how to make a new jalebi. A pretzel.
Hmm.
Mitrujay Saab says, what'll be the party theme of Islamic New Year? What do you think, Adam?
Blood.
What would you suggest?
That'll be blood.
Okay. Human being. Dawoodi Bohras are the most Qatar at the rate of Adam Seeker.
Oh.
Dawoodi Bohras are the most Qatar. Okay. Today, France is
Qatar,
looking very.
Qatar, 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 Qatar.
Oh,
Extremist.
Qatar. Oh, Qatar. Okay. Shuklaji. Today, France is looking very smart. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Too kind. Shukran. Atif Nadeem sent a super sticker of Australian $10 with a dog or a fox squeezing a heart. So thank you, man.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so very much, everyone. Yes, mister. Did you think of some one?
Yeah. Okay. So for yeah, if we agree, Adam, so that so there is a slavery, but in most of the countries, miss, except Afghanistan, Pakistan. So in most of the countries, we don't find any slavery. We miss it is called as zina, adultery,
So you
according to
agree with
Islam.
me? Muhammad did adultery, right?
Then why his followers
No,
against
I'm
it?
asking you a simple thing. So you agree with me that Muhammad did zina then because of NATO. So in Saudi Arabia, slavery was abolished in 1928. Let me just see. Hold on. Let me Google it. When was slavery abolished in Saudi Arabia? Hold on. 1962. Sorry, not 28. 62. So the last country in the world to abolish slavery was Saudi Arabia in 1962, who is the country who has a NATO membership. So it is the UN and NATO who ask the countries not to have slavery if they want to be a member of UN and NATO. Otherwise, Saudi was having the slavery till 1962. So if you think that Muslim countries do not have slavery right now, you should thank the UN, United Nations, and NATO, not Muhammad, because Muhammad never abolished it. It's the non-Muslim countries who united together and abolished slavery. You can actually Google it by yourself. You don't have to ask me. There you go. Let me show it to you. This is Googly, and I just typed when was slavery abolished in Saudi Arabia? That's my simple question. And I know it was somewhere in 19 something. There you go. If the UN and NATO was not there, slavery would have been still running in Saudi Arabia now. Not because of Muhammad. It's because of the non-Muslim countries, brother. If the law of Allah comes back, slavery will be there now. If the Sharia comes back, slavery will be there. But that was not my question. My question was, what is the one single good thing that is keeping you in Islam right now still?
Mhm. Yeah, as Muslims are doing good, though it is out of reference, out of context.
They are not doing
So I
good because of Islam. I don't care if a Muslim is a good human being, because then he is a hypocrite. He's a munafiq. Because Quran says you cannot be good. Quran chapter 9, verse number 72. It's right here. And it says, okay, not 72, 73. Today something happened. My mind is not working with me. O Prophet, fight against the disbelievers and the hypocrites and be harsh with them. Their reference is, so in Islam, you have to fight with hypocrites and the Muslims. And you as a Muslim, there you go. If your neighbor is a Jew or a Hindu or a Christian, how do you need to treat them? Or you who have believed, fight against those adjacent to you, means your neighbor, of the
yeah,
disbelievers,
it is in
and
the
let
war
them find
situation.
harshness in you. No, fight. It's not harb. It's not harb. It's not harb. It says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu qatilul lazina. Not harb. Not harb. Qatilur. Fight with them with the mouth. Harshness is because of your mouth. Your fight with your tongue. Jihad bil lisan. You have to fight with your tongue if you cannot fight with your punches. It's not it's not harb. Harb means war, which you do in the battleground. Fight is a generic term which can be done with your hand, which can be done with your mouth. And they have to find harshness in you, your next door neighbor, if he's a Jew or a Hindu or a Christian or whatever. So please,
Yeah.
I can read Arabic. I know where the word harb is used and where the word qital is used. So please don't deceive me.
I will give you one example. So, suppose there is India-Pakistan war. So there might be the
That's a war. That's
possibility to.
that's harb. In the war, we are not even talking about the war. We are talking about the harb. We are not talking about harb. We are talking about qital. Qatilul lazina. Ya lazina amanu qatilul lazina. We are not talking about harb. We are not talking about having a harb, a battle on the battleground. We are not. Do you want to read a tafsir of this? I can open you Ibn Kasir if you want. So please, brother, don't tell me this. I have memorized these verses with the tafsirs. I have even memorized the tafsir. The tafsir of this verse, the exegesis, the tafsirs, the commentary of this verse. Ibn Kasir says, let me tell you what he says. He says, this is the verse which took Muhammad to expel every single non-Muslim from the Makkah, and then he went out fighting the adjacent areas and killing all the kuffar over there. Do you want to see that? This is Ibn Kathir. And I'm not talking about Tibri and I'm not talking about Qurtubi, because Qurtubi and Ibn Tibri are writing it before Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is a 12th century scholar. Qurtubi and Tibri are far worse for you on this verse. Can you read the Hindi of this? Maybe you'll find something better in Hindi. Read it. I don't know how to read in Hindi. You read it.
ए ईमान वालों, काफिरों में से जो तुम्हारे करीब है उनसे लड़ो, और जरूरी है कि वे तुम में कुछ शक्ति पाए, और जान लो
Sakti
कि अल्लाह
Pai, that's
पर है।
not what is written. It says, it should say Kutilta Pai. Please don't deceive me. I have made so many Indian Muslims read this translation. Kutilta Pai.
Yeah, here it is written Sakti in the Hindi. Yeah.
Brother, it says Kutilta. I don't know, did they change Quran.com?
Yeah, here Sakti is, means that Katilta. You said whatever the
So
meaning. So,
previously, this translation says Kutilta Pai. They changed
mhm.
it now. Oh, Amit Nihata is saying now they changed. Amit Nihata, do you remember? It used to say Kutilta Pai. So now they have changed it to Sakti Pai. This is stupidity. They are changing the translation in Quran.com because it previously used to say Kutilta Pai. And I've shown this in my Urdu channel so many times. I remember what the Hindi says, even though I can't even read Hindi. I can't even read Hindi. But it says Kutilta Pai. In used to say Kutilta Pai. They are changing the Hindi translation, even though that Maulana Azizul Haq Umari is dead long ago. They are changing his translation now. Imagine that. Ladte raho. Keep fighting to the ones who are near you, your next door neighbor, and everyone. And make sure they find in you harshness, kutilta. Imagine that. How can you be friends? How can you be a good neighbor if this is what Islam is teaching you? So, if you are good with a neighbor who is not a non-Muslim, then you are a hypocrite. And Muhammad says, to Muhammad, Allah says, fight with the disbelievers and the hypocrites and be harsh upon them. Let's see what it says in Hindi. Please read for me.
ए नबी, काफिरों और मुनाफिकों से जिहाद करे और उन पर सख्ती करे, और उनका ठिकाना जहन्नम है,
फिटे
और
ही
वह
मुंह,
बहुत बुरा।
इन्होंने फिर सख्ती डाल दी यहाँ पे सालों ने. Imagine it's used to say kutilta here as well. They're changing the translations. The person who did this translation is long dead and they're changing it now. That's how stupid it is. Brother, how can you be friends or a good neighbor to a kafir? Why do you want to follow this stupid, idiotic cult? Why would you not get out of it? What is stopping you?
Yeah, I will definitely take action on this by studying. Means, yeah, I know that many things are cleared, but
What is the but for? You have a but. When you go sit on a commode, you do poo poo, and your right butt cheek is on the right side of the commode, and the left butt cheek is on the left side of the commode. Where is the but here? Everything is on screen. There's no but here.
But
so Adam, so, see, if there is though today we don't have any war situation. Yeah, I agree with you,
You
but we
don't need to
can't.
have a war. You do not need to have a war here.
But
We have
here
wars so
still
many
there is.
locations. You don't need to have
Mhm.
a war. Look at
But
this
still there
city.
is struggle in the
Look at
India
this.
and Pakistan. Yeah. So but still there is India and Pakistan struggle. So we
What is
today
the
also we
struggle?
can't.
Just a second. What do you mean by struggle between India and Pakistan? Explain the struggle.
Miss, there is miss tense situation today also. Though, yeah,
What is
I
the
know
tense
that there is
situation?
because of any
What is
land
the
issue,
which
Kashmir
land issue?
issue,
Okay,
Kashmir.
which Kashmir issue? What is the Kashmir issue? Let's talk about it. What does this has to do with Islam?
Yeah, here is the land issue. That time, Miss Mushrik were opposing the Muslims. Mushrik,
Okay.
yeah, Miss
What does
polytheist and
India
disbelievers.
Pakistan has to do with land of Kashmir? Please tell me.
Sorry.
Please don't jump and let's talk
Yeah,
about India, Pakistan, and Kashmir. What's
just
the
I'm
issue?
giving example, Miss. I'm
Okay,
giving
let's
example,
let's
Miss.
let's understand the example and let our 220 people understand your example as well. So, what is the issue of Kashmir in India and Pakistan?
It was Miss at the time of partition. So the both countries are seeking that Kashmir land, whole
Why?
state.
Perfect. So now, why did the partition happen?
So there are many issues. Miss Muslims were not getting rights, and Miss they were
I'm
persecuted for some.
asking you again, why did the why you are giving me persecution and all that. Why did the partition happen? What's the moral of the story?
Muslim League demanded that separate partition that they
Why?
wanted. They were not getting rights, Miss educational. We can say,
No,
uh,
they were
yeah.
getting all the rights whatsoever. There's no historical evidence to prove that they were not getting any rights, 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 none whatsoever. So why did the partition happen?
Yeah, it will be very long debate if we
No, no, we don't want a
discuss.
long debate. What's the moral of the story? What did Qaid Azam said that he wanted, and why does he wanted Pakistan? It's there. It's recorded. You can go and listen.
Yeah, he wanted nation on the basis of religion.
Thank you so very much. So Qaid Azam said it's called Do Qaumi Nazariya, the two nation theory.
Yeah, two
And
nation
he
theory.
said, we are one of the majorities in India and we want our own country. That's it. That is it. If we go a little back in the history, Second World War happened. Britishers asked their colonists, Britishers were the colonizer of Indo-Pak. They said, who can support us for World War II? Muslims said, we will do that if you will give us our own country. The Britishers said, done. we will give you India back to you. The Hindus said, we'll fight for you, but give us our country back. British said, okay, we'll give you your country back. Britishers were deceivers just like Allah. Allah said, Vamakaru, Vamakarallahi, Wallahu khairul makirin. They did the makar and Allah did the makar, and Allah is the best of deceiver. Britishers were following Allah to the dot. Okay? They said to the Hindus, we'll give you your country back. They said to the Muslims, we'll give you your country back. The country actually belongs to who? Hindus. Because Muslims started attacking this India back in the 9th century. They fought on this land for 900 years. They were never able to 100% occupy this land. Thanks to the Nangas. The Nangas always retaliated and nobody was able to capture that land. And the Nangas always destroyed each and every attack. And then there were so many other attacks which they pushed back, but a lot of other people pushed back as well. But forget the whole history and let's come back to our 1947. They said we cannot give the Hindus the country because the Muslims are now very good majority as well. We cannot give Muslims the full country as well. What should we do? They separated the country into two. But do you think Muslims had any right on this land whatsoever?
This
They were
land,
the attackers to begin with. Do you think Muslims had any right on this land anyways?
they are native people. So
None of them were
if
native, they were convertees. So when
yeah, though
Muslims
converted,
attacked, yeah, when Muslims
yeah.
attacked, you know Johor, you know the word Johor. What is Johor?
So that like we call it miss submission in the fire.
No, no, Johor.
We call it, I think, sati in the
No,
in
Sati is
native.
different, Johor is different. Let's talk about Johor first, and I'll go to Sati as well. No worries. But Johor. What Johor is, when you attack an Indian castle and an Indian castle chief, whoever that person is, loses the battle, all the women will jump into a big, huge fire and kill
Yeah.
themselves. That is called Johor. Why would they ever do that? Do you know that? Because when the first few castles were captured, they saw that these attackers will take the women and F them, make children out of them, make them sex slaves, and make children out of them. And those children will be Muslims. And they were like, it is better to destroy our lives and our bodies instead of getting captured by these invaders. That's the history, man. It's written everywhere in the Itihas of Pakistan as well as in the Itihas of India. These Indian fools are not showing it for political reason, and I hate Indian fools for that. I hate them for this because they are not showing the true history. But in the Pakistani history, it's written. It's written in Pakistani history. These Indian idiots, and I'm gonna call them idiots, they can hate me for that. They are not teaching that in their schools. These are idiots. They should teach this in their schools. From the 12th century onward, Johor was a very common thing. Very common thing. Why? Because you guys were doing this. Now, the people who are in the castle, yes, they would do that. A lot of women will not, because nobody is pushing them in the fire. Getting your life thrown in the fire is the most courageous thing anybody could ever do. Obviously, not everyone would do. What is going to happen then? Some were still left. Some were left which were not in the castles. You, as a Muslim, are a person who was born out of a sex slavery. Your ancestors were raped by these invaders. That's how you were born. Go search your history. I guarantee you that your ancestors will be one of the people who were raped by these Muslim invaders who gave birth to your ancestors, and now you are here defending these attackers, and I have no idea why. And I have no idea why. Please tell me why. Help me. Hadni, please help me.
Okay, means you mean to say they were doing this because it is written in their scripture, in their means in
I just
our
showed it to you. It's
yeah,
rare in
yeah.
the Quran, not even in Hadith. I've shown you multiple Hadiths as well. I showed you Quran as well. This is history. I guarantee you, if India was not a political country and there was no Muslim political voting there, they would have taught you in your schools as well. Literally, you guys were veiled from the true history. You guys are veiled from the true history because of this idiotic Indian politicians that they are not showing it to you. I love India, but I hate it as well because of these idiotic politics. They are not telling you the true history. They are lying with you. That's the reality. So your ancestors were raped by these people who follow this Quran, this Hadith, and now you are here defending this Quran and this Hadith. Why? Get out of it. It's immoral. Inhumane.
Yeah, yeah. I will really means I will take action and I will come again here and I will do means I will give testimony. No, but I will have to again verify. Means yeah, I agree that you showed everything with references. So
Okay, I'll wait for you next Thursday, brother.
okay.
Brother Isa or Francis, if you want to add something, because I'm done.
I will just add quickly that I don't know your name, but I will pray for you for sure. That may God truly guide you, bless you, and also whatever it is that Adam has shown, just do remember that he did not show you in a different context. He's showing you exactly the way it is. So I hope you keep that in mind after all the things that you think of, and I truly hope that you realize that what is the right and the true path, and what is a path of damnation. So God bless you, and we'll keep you in my prayers.
Yeah, thank you with a good discussion, all people, Adam and Francis.
Thank you. You take care,
Thank you.
and I'll wait for you next Thursday, coming Thursday,
Yeah,
basically. Same
yeah,
time.
yeah. Okay. Yes.
Take
Okay.
care.
Yeah. Take care. Thanks.
All right.
Wow. Wow. That was amazing. And I would definitely have to admit that I always knew that if people are respectful with you, you go above and beyond. So I'm very glad. Oh, God bless you, brother.
I'm glad you liked it. Let's see some super chats.
Yeah.
Atif
I'll read
Nadeem,
them for
I
you.
think we read that, right?
Yes, we did.
Thank you, Atif, once again. Brother,
Uh, GR says, Salute Francis. Adam is Lodu Lalit without Sahil. Lodu Lalit?
I have no idea who that is, but thank you.
Thank- Flying Spaghetti Monster or Spaghetti Monster. My neighbor is a Momina. What will I do now, Adam? Uh-oh.
I don't think you have to be like Muhammad.
No.
So don't act like Muhammadans.
Baba Abhayanand said, was it Kutilata or Katorata?
Kutelta. That's the word that was there before. Baba, you can actually go check my Urdu channel. I have shown this many times in the past as well, in the Sharia and in the jihad streams. So you will see that there. Absolutely.
Ryan says, thank you guys for your work in exposing this cult. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And we didn't had a very good discussion about the New Year of Islam, but I think we had a nice, good discussion, anyways. Uh, but God is good, and at the end of the day, my purpose is to show them the what do you call it, atrocities, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pronouncing it right. Is that the
Yes.
word?
Yes, that's the right word.
So my whole purpose is to show them the like the mullahs are telling them lies, bunch of lies. And what I want is to show them the reality. You know, in India and Pakistan, we say hathi ke dant khane ke kuch aur, dikhane ke kuch aur. That's exactly true for Islam. The teeth for the elephant to show are different and to eat with are different. This is a very famous example or a saying in Pakistan and India.
Yes.
And that's the reality of it. Islam has some teeth to show and tell. And then Islam has some teeth which are reality. And they are absolutely different from each other. My whole purpose is to show the truth. I'm just I'm just holding a searchlight and I'm putting that searchlight right on the text of Islam and showing what the reality is written over there. That's it. Come out of it. You believe your mullahs or do you believe your Quran? Do you believe your mullahs or do you believe your hadiths? Think about it. That's all I have to say. That's it. And I'm sorry I was not here last Thursday. I was busy. And obviously I wasn't here on Saturday, but I put a community post in my Urdu channel that I will not go live on Saturday. So I'm sorry. And today I was late just because I had to finish certain stuff before I could go live. And yes, I know you guys were waiting for me. And Francis, I know it's really, really late for you over there, but still you are here. And I'm thankful to you, brother. God bless you. And if you are up this late any Thursday, you are more than welcome to join in as well. And I'll catch you next Monday, if not Thursday. If you'll come Thursday, so be it. That'll be awesome. So Thursdays are always 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mondays are always 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm sorry today was not Eastern 6:30. And I'm sorry for that because, I had some stuff to do and finish up certain things and I started it late. With that being said, somebody is saying what? Surah 65? Come on, man. That's child marriage. 65:4. That's child marriage. All right. With that being said, let me give the mic to Brother Isa first. If you want to add something before we end the stream, Brother Isa, we just crossed 2 hour 30 minutes mark. All
I
right,
think,
Brother Isa doesn't have to say anything. I think he left us or went to sleep. Brother Francis, do you want to say
well,
anything?
I'll say to everyone that God bless you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And also, if you've not done that yet, please do like, share, and subscribe. And also, as Brother Adam harshly told me, to share the tweet. Share the tweet. Like the tweet too when you share it. Yeah. You posted, just say, go on this live stream. You will get amazed. Do all the things that you can, clickbaits and all that. I'm kidding. Do like, share, subscribe on YouTube and on Twitter, and if you can, do join every time that you possibly can. But thank you so much for all that you guys do, like being here and supporting Brother Adam and his channel. Make his channel grow in English too, because it's necessary that his Urdu channel has already been taking a bit of a rise. Let's make it a bit more English rise. And on the other hand, if you like this poor face, and if you want to see some different context rather than just Islam, if you want to have a different context in regard to Christianity and some issues on certain different levels, you can come to this poor face's channel, which is Francis Bull. Like literally, you can support him at the rate of Francis_Bull on YouTube. You will find me. So this is all I have to say. Please do like, share, subscribe, and let people know that love conquers everything and there's no law against love. So God bless everyone.
Absolutely. What a beautiful statement. Say it again.
There is no law against love. There's love conquers all. Amen.
Amen. That is a beautiful statement, brother. Please share your channel in the live chat if you
I
possibly
have already
can.
done so. I've shared your channel. I've shared mine as well. So I've
Share
done.
your channel one more time.
Oh, I'm so.
So Francis is going to share his channel once again. So guys, if you have not subscribed to our brother Francis channel, now is the time to do that. And once again, what a beautiful quote. There is no law against love.
Yes.
Love conquers all. And that's what Christ said as well. All the law is encapsulated in one commandment:
Yes.
love your neighbor as you love thyself. What a beautiful statement. That's the love of Christ. That's the love of Christianity. If anybody who doesn't do like this, he is not following the greatest commandment that has been sent to human beings by our Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you so very much. Please subscribe to our brother Francis channel. Take care. Have a blessed day, evening, or night wherever you are. Yeshua Akbarul Azim.
I mean.